hear myself through my headphones. Yes, man. Like, I feel real good about this right now. Pay attention, because you are now listening to Permission to Speak Freely.
We were supposed to connect a couple times before, right? This is where you probably don't even know this. Do you know that you was like supposed to MC the Rafael Peralta's holiday party in like 2019?
Rafael Peralta, yeah, who that is?
yeah, man. So that's the first one. Somebody knew you. Somebody knew you. They was like, hey, we could get Charlie, to host a Christmas party. I said, for real? Mm-hmm. In San Diego in 2019. I don't even know if you were stationed in San Diego about 2019.
Nah, 2019, I was in California, but I was in Point Mugu.
Oh, yeah. So you never was
like 2.5 hours away.
Yeah, so you never was going to come to the party.
Nah, I mean, it depends. It depends.
That money, right? That
money, man. Somebody told us that. They said they had you. It was a part of the MWR holiday plan and everything. I had to brief the CO, man. I was the MWR chief. I had to tell the CO, like, hey, we got it.
You guys ain't saying no deposit. I don't know. I don't think I ran off on the plug, did
I? I don't think you knew about it, man. To be honest with you, man.
It don't sound like it.
I think it was
lying though. People be lying. Yeah, people be lying for real. I done been booked for so much stuff, and they be like, "Yeah, you were supposed to come here." I said, "I knew nothing about it. Nothing about it."
Bro, day of. I'm like, yo, where Charlie at? Like, I'm getting nervous. I'm like,
right.
You know what I mean? Like they said they had you. So that's the first time, right? And then it was a while ago, you was talking about starting a podcast. You was talking about starting a podcast. And you was telling people to like, I don't know, like make suggestions to you. And a couple people was like, PTSF podcast. And I'm thinking like, damn, we can't, because you was about to start a podcast. I'm like, we can't dissolve our pod to be on Charlie pod. Like, we could link up, but we can't stop what we doing to be on his joint. But you never did start that pod though, huh?
Nah, not really. Like a lot of times, man, a lot of things just come to my mind real quick. I just shoot it out there online, and before I know it, I'm done got 10 toes down and something else. You know what I'm saying? Before I can get started with that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but I did want to do it, and we still are talking about doing it. DD Tour 14. But I'm the last one to retire, so we definitely still do want to get into the podcast wherever we stay on the road so much. Trying to keep content coming, so it's kind of hard to, sit down to something right now. At least until I can retire.
Yeah, well, I mean, we appreciate you. We appreciate you sitting down with us.
Yeah, most definitely, man. Most definitely.
My bad for taking so long, too.
It's all good. Apologize. I hit you up before. I hit you up like we first started the first. It's a couple of. I hit you. We first started the pod. I DM'd you, man. We was like just starting like a couple little episodes in, man. And I'm like, hey, man, can you jump on our pod? You probably get so many damn DMs, though, man.
Yeah, I do, and I try to answer all of them, but it's just getting pulled so many different ways. And then, I already have stuff set into place, and it's never, I'm trying to do it, but I never thought that, getting into entertainment is just demanding, like, it's really, really, like your actual job, it's fun sometimes, but yeah, you really need assistance and all type of stuff. No, man. That's real talk.
You got, you taping for Netflix soon, right? With Norfolk?
Yes.
Damn.
Oh,
yeah, they take Netflix. Yeah. Can we still get tickets?
Definitely. Yeah. Event right.
Okay, because I'm in Norfolk now, and that's why I'm stationed.
Okay. Definitely.
Yeah. You from Duval, right?
Duval County, yes, sir.
What part?
North side, Sutel Drive. Yeah. Harborview, Sherwood, Moncrief. Yeah.
Like, I used to be out there sometime, man. I moved out there. I joined the Navy from Jacksonville. I joined the Navy. I moved. I used to live out there. I'm from Philly, but I moved out to Jacksonville and joined the Navy.
Oh, you a long way from home, man. From up north.
Yeah, man. My aunt, it was one of those, man. It was either go to jail or join the Navy, man.
So you had one of them stories.
No, it wasn't. It definitely wasn't.
Man, these boys be so hood.
It was like, yo, it's jail.
Yeah. You might know your people, right? All right.
Nah, it definitely wasn't. Hey, but were you into like comedy did you start off being into comedy in Jacksonville, or was that something that you found in the Navy?
Nah, I wish I would have. Shoot, I would have probably been got out. You can take that out if you want to, but
I stay in there, man.
Oh yeah, most definitely staying in.
I started comedy in 2016. Like my comedy home, I would be labeled a Virginia comic. Yeah. I started doing comedy in Virginia stand up back in 2016.
So you started with stand up?
No. I started with the little Navy skits, the videos and stuff like that. Yeah, I started with that. I was checking out in Japan. I was on the GW what was that? 2015. Yeah, 2015.
Yeah, wow.
I started doing the skits or whatever, they started popping and stuff like that. They started taking off out of nowhere. I was like, dang, this is crazy. So at that point in time, I was like one of the first people in uniform doing videos and stuff.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah. Like literally one of the first ones that I think about, like, dang, I was like one of the first. I think it was me, Aston, the Army girl, and Yusha, and combat veteran. But I was like the first one because they reached out to me first saying like, hey, man, you'll never get in trouble. I say, man, just don't talk about race, religion, don't bash your branch too much and just go, And so after that, I started seeing more and more people doing it. I was like, man, I'm going to take my show on stage. I'm going to do something different. I don't just want to be that person, you see online and then when you go see them in person, they trash on stage. So I just started working on my craft. Just started in open mics. And I was always that person, around people I know. Like, dang, bro, you funny as hell, man. This, that, and the other, man. You should go on stage. So before I left, I was on the G-Dub. We had like a talent show or whatever. And, I'm in the hangar bay. Everybody comes in, people sing, dance, whatever they want to do for the talent show. I hosted the talent show on the G-Dub. The hangar bay is pretty full. I had a nice little crowd, you know what I'm saying? So nice, and I entertained pretty good. I kept the show moving, so it kind of came natural. So, I kept that, and then once I started doing the videos, I started getting on stage and just took off from there.
You remember what your first skit was?
My very, very first skit was sitting at work and your supervisor won't let you go home. That was my very first one. I dropped that like at Japan time. I think it was like 7:00 in the evening. I dropped that, like, dang, man, why you can't let us go? All the work done, this, that, no, we're just going to hang back. Not think too much of it, posted on Facebook. It was before TikTok and all that, you know what I'm saying? You had to have original material. I know it sounds like an OG content creator, but you had to have original material. There was no comedy karaoke. You know what I'm saying? You had to do your own thing. I woke up the next morning, the video had like 20,000 views. I had like thousands of friend requests. They were like, do another one, do another video. So I just took off like that. But that was my first. And then the one that really took off was the uniform inspection.
That's the one that I'm going to talk about that one later because that's the one for me, man. But your first skit, so your first skit popped. Your first skit.
The very first one, no type of traction. That's how I know I was like the first person to do it. Like no type of traction, no momentum coming through the page other than friends and family and stuff like that. That's all the content I had.
No hashtags, nothing, right?
No hashtags,
none of that.
Straight you. Yeah, that's it.
So you get back to, so you do your skit. It takes off a little bit. You go back to work. You on a carrier this time, right?
Yeah, I was on the carrier, but we was in for a little bit because we were forward deployed. So you 6 months out, 6 months in, 6 months out, 6 months in. So at that time we were in, and that was my last time going. So I was actually like 45 minutes to an hour away from the GW TAD to Itsugi. We had another detachment that went down there and worked when we were in the yard.
Yeah. So whenever you go back to work the next day, do people know about this skit? Like people at work?
Yeah, they was like, dang, you famous now. People, dang, you famous now. I'm like, what you talking about? No, I ain't famous, man. Yeah. So it did pick up a little bit, yeah.
Now, what about after the big one? So the uniform one, right? So I got 3, top ones. And y'all can jump in whenever y'all want. I'm gonna go through the uniform one that's the one to do with the fucked up uniform, the tight uniform.
Yeah.
That's the one, man. Like,
that one funny as shit. That's funny as
What
shit.
year was that?
That had to be like 2016 or maybe 17.
It was like, I just know when I looked at it, it said 8 years on the bottom, I think. Like 8 years ago or some shit like that. So, yeah.
Yeah, so that one got me because it be like that, and that's what kind of got me with like your skits and stuff. Because I even watching with my wife, like, yo, this how it really be. You know what I mean? So you could really relate to it. The other one was the unnecessary information at quarters.
Oh, yeah, I remember
like,
that one.
They talk. It was something like raccoons. It was some crazy stuff you was talking about. Like,
gerbils, yeah.
Gerbils, yeah.
At the time you did the skit where I was stationed at, it gave me like a reality check. Like some of the shit I was putting out was unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? So your skit actually made me I was a chief at the time, but your skit actually made me like pull back on like some of the shit I put out at court. It's like, damn, this some gerbil type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
and believe it or not, man, my third favorite joint from you is when you pranked, I think you pranked one of your sellers or something, man. She was like about to take a flight or something. Something happened and you called them and told her. That shit was hilarious.
Yeah,
man.
that's my little homie. She reminds me of myself because she's from Florida as well. You know what I'm saying? But she reminds me of myself when I first came in or whatever. So I knew she was gonna go off. Like I knew she was gonna go off or whatever. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I definitely pranked her. Yeah, because she was in San Diego. Like I said, it's 2.5 hours away. So I told her, hey man, they say you got to come back and do Junior Sailor the quarter board, like right now. And they want you to wear the dress with the stock.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All
everything.
And you conflicted. She conflicted because it's a Junior Sailor the quarter board. It's like,
exactly. Command's known to do stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So even though I play so much, where we were stationed at the time, it's possible. It's definitely possible.
Yeah.
That's good.
Well, hey, Dumbo, hey, go ahead, Tish.
I was about to say, I think that's why so many people find it so funny, like gut busting funny, because it's like that shit, like, even though it's just comedy, that shit is real. Like you can identify people in each one of the skits and stuff like that. So yeah, it's definitely real. Definitely real.
Hey, Dumbo. So my top three also, man, like your two of you ones you said about the uniform especially, but my favorite one, man, hit me personally. And it was a damn no shave chick. Hey, the no shave chick. You was talking about it, man, and you say, I bet everybody else gonna be out there trying to get them no shave chicks. That was me, bro. It says like it got like one bump on your face. Don't get shave chick. I was like, yeah, man, that was me. I was trying to get one, man. Yeah, that shit came out. That shit was funny.
Yeah. I my first time knowing about you was actually during COVID, when everybody was kind of glued to their phones and stuff like that. Did you see like an uptick in your followers and stuff like that after COVID? Like did COVID have a big impact on following?
COVID. The thing about COVID, I wasn't taking a break from the videos, but I wasn't putting them out as much because I was in California. So doing shows was like coming like that. Mm-hmm. So honestly, I had to get back in the mode of recording, in Cali. Because I was in Cali when COVID broke out. I'm talking about shows was everywhere. Like I was doing shows like with people that's up there in the comedy game, and I was just having a ball. So I'll come out like, dang, let me post something. I haven't posted something in a while, so I had to get back in the mode. I fell into like a brain block state. Like I couldn't even think of stuff no more. We just sitting home all the time. My daughter was on my neck 24/7. So, yeah.
Well, good thing you had that content already built up. Because when I came and I saw it, like I think somebody sent me a video or something, and then I think I found myself watching a bunch of videos because you had that much content already stashed up, and I didn't even realize that it started in 2015. I thought it had just started, and you were just like on your shit during COVID, like everybody else.
That's why it kind of made me mad sometimes. Like these new TikTokers, they would be like, "Oh, here go another person trying to get caught in a uniform." I'm like, man, I've been doing it. I'm the reason y'all doing this.
Right,
now,
right.
Hey, before we get too deep, I want to say that though, man. Like you the trailblazer for this shit, man. Mm-hmm. And one of the reasons when Dumbo brought up the fact that he was talking with you or trying to get you on, that's the first thing I'm thinking about, man. Like you've been doing this shit, and the fact that we trying to let the Navy know you could do more shit. You know what I mean? You ain't just like, it's other things that you can do, you can go do, man. You started all that shit, man. So big shots out to you for that shit, man.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, back to going back to trying to do skits as content after you've been on stage though. Cause I look at that like, that's like you want to transition. So as like a comedian, all right, I've been doing these skits, now I want to get on stage. And I see that with a lot of comedians that started on like Instagram and stuff like that. It got to be kind of hard to find that material after you naturally transition to the next place you want to be, but you know that your core or your roots is in this place. So it's like that, almost like, yo, I got to give them something. Is that like the kind of feeling you had?
That's definitely the feeling, because like if it wasn't for the people who, follow me, supported me, I really wouldn't be there. You know what I'm saying? Because like at the end of the day, you can be funny on stage or whatever. That's good. That's good to show, when you go into these comedy clubs and, you're getting booked on shows. But when it's just you and you're not opening up for someone, they want to know if you can put asses in seats. Anytime I went to Norfolk, California, Jacksonville, Florida, and it just booked off the strength of my name, it's all military people. Especially in California, like I don't have family. In Jacksonville, my family gonna come out. Friends from back home, they gonna come out. But for me to go to San Diego and sell out 2 shows, I'll go to Norfolk and sell out a show. Man, that means everything. So yeah, that's my core people. My core supporters from day one. So I think I'll always do some type of military skits.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to San Diego's military community because they support. That's our biggest core audience right now in San Diego.
Man, so I don't know what it is out there, but San Diego, man,
it's family.
Yeah. They come out every time.
Hey, so I want to go to some Navy. Well, first of all, was you ever in the Marines?
Yeah, I was.
Oh, you were? For how long?
Let me see. 4 years.
Oh, wow. Shit.
Yeah. 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade. Yeah, I was in JROT, MC JROT. That's
I'm done.
That thing was looking clean, man. I saw that thing. Then I saw you with the Johnny Cashes. I saw
man, this dude a vampire, man. No way you live that long.
All he did was get some hair on his face. He got an extensive career in the military. So you were JROTC. So that mean that you already intended? Did you already intend on joining the military?
No, I didn't join until down 21, 22 years old.
Why'd you join?
Well, first of all, my mama told me I should have joined right out of high school. She was like, you don't keep the grades down nobody football team, and you don't like to do no schoolwork, so you need to get your ass to somebody military. Like, mama, watch out, man. But my daddy, he's a lawyer, so he's big on school and education. So he's the one who pushed me, to try to go to school. So I went to EWC for like a semester. Then I stopped doing that. I tried to play football for them. And that just wasn't me, just like my mama said. Yeah. And then I just started working, pretty much just working. Sears Warehouse. I built pallets for like 75 cents a pallet, repairing pallets. I had a whole bunch of jobs and, doing stuff that could get my ass put in jail for real. I say this not even me really. So let me go ahead and get my ass somebody in the military. So yeah, 2004, that's when I joined.
Were you a class clown?
Yeah, I was. I was kind of forced to be a class clown though.
What does that mean?
Like I said, my dad big on school. He had me in the college prep middle school. I went to a school called Darnell Cookman on the east side of Jacksonville, Florida. It's for college prep. I'm not no school person. I hate taking tests, all that stuff. The only thing I'm good in is biology, chemistry, science, and stuff like that. But you put a math book and English, I'm good at that. We put a math book in front of me.
Math ain't it.
Nah. So, at the college prep school, this laid back, a lot of nerds and stuff like that. They don't bother you. So my grades wasn't up. So of course my mom was like, we finna get them out of that school. So I went to the hood school, Reebok or whatever. And man, they did, it was just hood. People roasting you, picking on you for no reason. And I was like, damn, this is what we do. I was getting roasted because I already got a big ass head or whatever, and I was a big kid. Like I was like this size, what I'm saying, back then. So I got roasted like I'm quiet and really, really shy or whatever. But I say, man, this is what they're going to be doing. All right, bet. Man, I think it was 9th grade year. I took all that in from them past years and I just started roasting everybody, whoever roasted me, man. I was a beast at it. So yeah, that's how I came. And then that's when I started being like the class clown and stuff like that because of the fact, just that school, man, you got to be.
Yeah.
Either fight or roast, either one.
Yeah. I mean,
hey man, I was gonna ask you that, man. Like you got one of them skits where this guy was a policeman. He was jumping on your back, man. And I was thinking, is that a little bitty dude or you big as hell, man?
Hey man, shout out to my boy Pete, man.
Pete, let's shout out to Pete. Hey man,
shout out to Pete McCoy, man. He a comedian as well, man.
Hey man, that shit was funny as shit. I was like, man, is he big as hell or not, man?
I mean, I'm 6'2", almost 6'3". I'm not that tall. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I got you.
I'm not that, but I'm not that short. People like, oh man, I thought you were like 5'5", 5'6". I was like, no, I'm not that short.
Yeah.
Are you still quiet and shy?
I am very much so. Yeah. Like if you were to see me out like at work or something like that, I don't say much to anybody or whatever. Like I said, I'm cool around people I know, I talk, but yeah, I'm so introverted. It's crazy.
Wow.
You ever find somebody at work trying to be like extra funny around you, like trying to talk?
I hate it with a passion. And if it gets to the point where I got to say something, that's when you know you're really irritating me, because I'll ignore you all day. Or, I'll be polite, Curtis. Oh, for real, yeah, man, that's cool. And sometimes I'm like, hey, man, what you see online and me on stage, like, it's two totally different people, bro. I don't care for your jokes. I ain't, like, it's kind of like, people see a boxer, but like, oh, let me go spar with him real quick. Just don't mean I want to have a roast session with you, bro. Please, man. I'm cool. We can have regular conversations just like you meeting anybody else. But don't let me get out of character, and it's always because I will cook you, and now I'm the bad guy. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, think about the life of a podcaster, man. Like,
exactly. They want to debate you and stuff.
Right,
What you think about that new Nav admin?
Like, what you talking about?
I ain't trying to do that right here, man. Exactly. I'm on my way to quarters, man.
So what you say? Come get me, retirement. Retirement, come get me. Come get me.
Man, for real.
So let's talk Navy, right? You did you know you was doing 20 when you first joined?
Did I know I was doing 20? I wasn't even thinking about it, because the thing about me, I came in Air Crew and Rescue Swimming School. I did that, and of course, once you finish that, you got to do the AW school. Once again, you put school in front of me, I'm a fold. So I ended up dropping out of that. I passed all the swimming and stuff like that, so I ended up dropping out of that. The first thing they do is send me right back to Jacksonville, Florida. I got stationed there twice. So that's 8 years in Jacksonville, Florida. So to me, the name was, and it's not good to go back home at all. It's
Yep.
To me, the Navy was just a 9 to 5. Like, I wasn't thinking about getting promoted. I had a steady check coming in. It wasn't until I got to Japan and I got up under this first class, Vincent Cooper. It was like, man, you know your job pretty good, man. You need to learn how to start doing other stuff. Like, I'm like, other stuff like what? He'll like, man, doing your job in the Navy is just not enough. I was like, why? It ain't that what I came in for, right? To do my job. He's like, no, you need this, you need that. You need collateral duties. So it wasn't until I hit about that, I think like 10-year, 11-year mark, we're like, well, I'll probably go ahead and finish on that.
Yeah. What was your favorite collateral duty?
Shit, I still ain't had no collateral duty.
Man. Hey,
Let me see. CFL, ACFL,
you freestyling.
I just try to cancel PT every time. Don't worry about it today, y'all. Do what you want, man.
Man. Hey, I thought about that PT after fucking COVID. That skit you did when you said that by CFL, man.
Oh man, yeah. That was real, for real.
So these skits come from real experiences, right?
Yeah, most of them, yeah. Yeah, I say 90% of them, yeah.
You ever had somebody think that you was like passive aggressively doing a skit about them?
Recently.
Yeah.
Recently. And this was just life. And it was like a little short skit. I was cheating. I was doing TikTok. I was using the voiceover. And it was when what I say, when you take leave knowing that y'all undermanned or whatever.
I saw that one.
Yeah. And I had a little Thanos voice. Yeah. I had a little Thanos voice. Yeah, dude took it personal. He didn't he said it to somebody else, and I guess he was supposed to, the dude was supposed to do something with it or whatever. Like, so then it was kind of like a little, dang, man, you checking me, are you checking for me like that? You got to check my personal page and try to relate it to work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but that's been like the only time that I really cared. I ain't even really cared in, to be honest with you, but but yeah.
So outside of that,
mostly I get, don't put me in one of your little skits. Ain't nobody think about you. You're not even that interested. You know what I'm saying? But me, I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna do it. You know?
Yeah.
I don't say half the stuff that I'm thinking. I'm not.
I was about to ask, so like they say comedians have like a third eye, right? Mm-hmm. What does that look like to you, like at work? What does that third eye look like?
Most comedians are people watchers,
mm-hmm.
you know, and like we just pick up on like mannerisms, and just like when I did the dude that I don't know if y'all seen it, but the dude who you never invite to outings or whatever, the Joe Navy dude.
Yeah.
Was always It's just
that's saying Mel on deck when they go to the fucking bathroom.
Yeah. That third eye just picking up on the small things, you know what I'm saying, the small nuances, you know what I'm saying, just real minute details about things like that or whatever. Like we can almost turn anything into a joke, you know.
Do you find yourself like at meetings like being like laughing at some shit that you know you're gonna go back and fuck up later?
Yep. All the time. You know, they be like, what is he laughing at? Don't worry about it.
They're like, oh shit, we about to be a victim.
And that shit is super technical too, man, because you gotta be funny, right? You gotta say funny things. You gotta be relatable, right?
Yes.
But then it's the looks, right? The facial expressions, the times that you don't talk, the pauses, like what it make, like when you think about the humor, like The Office, for instance, like those pauses, that kind of wit, man, that takes a lot of. So, and do you write these jokes down when you think them out?
Yeah, I'm getting older now, so like a lot of things I had to write it down and put it in my notes. You know what I'm saying, real quick. So I just put like the topic, and one of my strengths when I first started doing comedy on stage was freestyling. Like I'm good at freestyling, you know. And that, like I said, that come from school. You know what I'm saying? You in a roasting session, you ain't got time to let me where my notes at. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna
you gotta go.
You know, it's off the top or whatever. So a lot of my material, I'll have the topic already, and then once I start working it out, I go to an open mic. I'll start working it out, and now you just add to it. Yeah, but as far as writing, if I write, I'm doing over like a 45-minute to an hour set, and then I'll already have the material, but I have to put it in order of how I want to get it off, and that's just so I can have a visual of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the most backlash that you ever got from a clip?
I don't know, man. Them folks might try to cancel me, man. When they first came, it was funny because I knew something told me don't do it, but I was like, no, this gonna hit. Yeah. I would have got away with it. So it was when they came out with the and I really didn't get in trouble, but I got talked to something serious. But it was when they first came out with the no. Yeah, we probably gonna get canceled, bro. It was when they came out with the it was the can you say transgender? Is that cool?
Yeah, you can say transgender, yeah.
Okay.
I just don't know where we about to go after you say transgender.
Go too far. Okay. All right. And then I didn't even go too far. All I said was, okay, so what if this? What if that? And you know what I'm saying? What about PT? This, that, and the other. And then at the end of just saying like little small stuff like that, I was like, man, I just want to know. I just want to be able to wear a beard. Yeah. So I posted that one and it took off, and man, they were on my page. He can't say that in uniform. And I really didn't say nothing, man. So I say about 2 days went by, and my CMC, he was like, "Hey Adams, come here, man." I said, "Dang."
You already knew what it was.
I already knew what it was. He was like, "Why do I got a meeting with a 2-star admiral over you?" I was like, man, what happened, CMC? He was like, you know what happened, man. So I'm not going to lie. He said, I'm not going to lie. I can't say this to them, but I was dying laughing at them. Everything you said was right. But he was like, why you got the command logo behind you? Why you doing it? I looked at the video. I said, damn sure is. He was like, man, you got to take it down. I said, take it. I said, I'm at a meal already.
Right?
He was like, well, do you run the pages on some like wink? I was like, some of them, you know, I say there's a few platforms that's posted. He was like, well, anyone that's attached to Charlie Adams, you got to take it down. I said, Charlie Adams. He said, yeah. I say, so Charlie Jr. cool, because somebody else can run that platform, right? He was like, if you want to look at it that way, he was like, but to be safe, if you running that page, take it down. So yeah, I took that one down. That's the only one I really got talked to about.
Yeah, that comes with the territory. You knew it before, like you knew it before.
I already knew it, but it's like the way but it's like people can take anything out of context. And like, no lie, when we had a meeting, those same questions came out. When they came out, it's like the same exact, even though I did it in a joking way, because I never bashed them at all. Yeah. All I was saying, well, what if this? What if that? You know, so.
Yeah. I mean, and you always do satire. You was probably acting like what some people would ask, you know, as a thing. Like it wasn't.
Yeah, and like those questions legit came out in a meeting because everybody had a meeting with that, right? Yeah, I'm like, y'all had training for that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
he's like, I don't remember.
Yeah, I was the Simeo too.
Wow.
Yeah, we did. So do you notice a difference between platforms? Like when so for instance, right? For me, right? YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, right? YouTube and Instagram, to me, they the more volatile platforms. That's where like an argument might pop off between people inside the comments, shit like that, right? YouTube more than Instagram. Facebook, you started on Facebook, so I'm assuming that's like where a lot of your base kind of go to for you. And then TikTok seems super peaceful. They young, they chilling. They might just hit like every now and then. But do you notice a difference between platforms too?
If you're going off the comments, I rarely look in the comments, to be honest with you. You look in the comments, you'll try to fight the world by yourself, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But it all depends on your actually they get a little rowdy on IG. Yeah. They get a little rowdy on IG. But and like sometimes I just go in there to see, you know, I'm like, damn, that's crazy. You know, how people take certain things. But TikTok, I don't even look in those content because you know what I'm saying, that's your younger people or whatever. I'm not saying they're what they say doesn't hold weight, but you know, I'm 40. If a little goddamn 22-year-old, 23-year-old, you know what I'm saying something about something that I've experienced personally, well, I'm not going to go back and forth with you. I'm grown.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
When did you stop looking at the comments?
I want to say I actually stopped looking at them probably around about and actually like feeling some type of way and wanting to like, hey bro, where you at, cuz? Because I pull up, you know what I'm saying? Talk to me like that, man, for real. Win or lose, I don't care. You got to you don't know you was in a scuffle. But I say probably around about 20. Probably when I started actually being successful, like as far as being on stage. So I say probably around about 2018, 2019. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I started saying that, like what they say in those comments don't matter. Like these people don't know you personally. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has an opinion. And at the end of the day, you put this content up here to be ridiculed. You know what I'm saying? To be judged.
Yeah, you put it up for however they receive it. Yeah, you put it up.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? They can take it. And then, you know what I'm saying? You got your core audience. And then, another reason I stopped because sometimes they'll say something real crazy. And before you can get to it, somebody that supports you already done jumped on there. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay. All right, then I ain't got to think that. Yeah, so I guess success made me stop looking at that.
That's what's up. Are you an ambassador for the Navy?
I wouldn't say that because I'm not a role model at all.
Are you like because I saw you like last year or like maybe during COVID or something. I forgot what year it was, like doing videos on the Navy's Instagram page. Is that am I off?
Nah, I just did an interview yesterday with Joe Cardell, the long snapper from the New England Patriots for the Navy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we went live on the Navy's IG page. That's what I do now. A lot of people don't know, but I actually work at the Pentagon as an influencer. Uh-huh. Yeah, so I run I'm a part of the Instagram page, you know. So like if they want to go live with somebody famous, they're doing the type of event like Fleet Week, you know, anything like that. I'm the influencer that they have now on the ground doing it or whatever.
Is that like your primary duty or is that like a collateral?
No, that's my primary duty. Yeah.
Really?
I got there when I left California in 2021.
Did they like poach you? Like how that happened?
Yeah, I want to know how that happened.
Yeah, I ain't never heard that shit before. Like that's some new billet type shit.
Yeah, so I know it damn near is though, but I was scheduled already to go to Key West. You know what I'm saying? Orders already cut and everything or whatever. But Pentagon can pull some strings. I had a message in my on my IG inbox. It was in the request or whatever, and so I'm looking like, man, what is this? So I ain't paying no attention for like 2-3 days. So I'm like, go ahead and see what it is. It was a Master Chief. He sent a long thing like, hey, love what you're doing. I thought he was going to say some shit like, hey, you need to watch yourself when you post online. This shit or whatever. I heard it a million times. So in the reading, he was like, would you like to do what you do on your page and bring it to Big Navy? Yeah. Or whatever. I'm at the Pentagon in DC, this, that, the other. Whoop. I'm like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I love to do that or whatever. You know, so I say within 2 days, they canceled my orders to Key West, and I'm going to the Pentagon.
And you never thought it would be a conflict between what you do on your own page, and like they made it clear, like, hey, you do you on your own page, and you do this on this page.
Yeah, but at the same time, I am mindful of, it doesn't take but a few clicks to go to someone's real page. So I'm not gonna lie, within that time frame, and maybe a little bit now, I have watched, but I post, what I'm saying, so to speak. I am on big page, and at the end of the day, I'm African American, Black man, what I'm saying, in the United States Navy or whatever. So I am gonna represent myself a certain way, at least while I'm still wearing a uniform.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you just kind of learn how to navigate. You just learn how to
exactly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Adapting, baby.
Now, what about when you get out?
Metaphors and innuendos,
Yeah. What about when you get out? You hitting them over the head?
Well, I got some shit for the head. I got some shit for that. Hey, I'm gonna lose some people. I'm gonna lose some people. I ain't gonna lie to you. You seen that Cat Williams interview?
Yeah. Hey, so this a real, man. I think about this so much, man. This like a big question for me to you. You juggling 2 careers at the same time, right? You juggling a Navy career and you juggling a comedy career, right?
3. I'm also employed by 3 children.
Yeah, well, I got that as one of my questions too. I got that as a question. So Navy career, comedy career. It has to be times that both of these careers affect the other, right? And I'm assuming, like the Navy career. You ever had any regrets about your comedy career because of your Navy career?
I look at it like this. Everything happens for a reason. And so when I started doing this comedy thing, like I said, I never thought I'd get to where I'm at and where I'm going. I would speak things into existence. I took it for what it was. I was blessed enough to get stationed in California. That's like an hour from LA. 45 minutes without traffic, but it's always traffic. And then the command I was at, we get detached to different places. We went to San Diego, Guam, Hawaii, Japan, so anytime I had an opportunity to hit a stage, I would already be setting that up or whatever, And I always put the Navy first because that's my primary job. Like this was going to pay me and take care of me and my kids for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? So that comedy going to be there. It's going to be there. You know what I'm saying? You might miss a few opportunities, but it's nothing that you won't I'll be able to get again. So with that being said, they never really clashed, but it has been times I was like, man, I wish I could hit that show with Doug. You know what I'm saying? Or this, that, and the other. But I know at the end of the day, this is what's going to take care of me. That comedy is going to be there. So I wouldn't say I regretted it.
What's the biggest opportunity you missed?
I had a show. I could have been at, what was it? We were going on attachment, as a matter of fact. And I was going to be able to open up for Mike Epps in Oxnard, California. Yeah, at Levity Live. Yeah.
Hey, what's the biggest? What's the biggest? The biggest that you got.
That wasn't it. That wasn't.
No.
He just said
like he said that's he missed. He said that's the biggest he missed. Yeah, what's the biggest you got? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The biggest one I got. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's just being on the road. I don't know if y'all know who Bubba Dub is, man, but he's coming up. He's like a comedian / sports analyst. He reached out to me about 2 years ago now, and I thought it was some spam. They're like, hey man, you want to do a show? This, that, and the other. I'm like, man, this is some bullshit. Ain't no Bubba Dub reaching out to me. Mm-hmm. So now I'm pretty much on tour with him too as well. Yeah, and just being on the road with him, man, meeting people, man, this dude hanging out with Floyd Mayweather, you know what I'm saying, all type of stuff, like you meeting everybody, being on the little private jets and stuff like that. So I would say that's the biggest opportunity I had. But like as far as like being on stage with somebody, I don't know. I don't like name dropping, but it's been a lot of people, man. So I can't say one yet, and I know I'm still moving, Yeah. Yeah.
Now, if you wasn't doing comedy, right, where do you think your Navy career would be? Oh, no, matter of fact, let me
same. I'll still be retired.
Yeah, let me change that. Mm-hmm. If you wasn't doing comedy, do you think your Navy career would have went any different?
I can't say that, no, because I still got the same mentality that I had.
I still ain't shit.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I still be the same. I still be a 20-year E6 finna retire.
So you think you'd have still been a 20-year E6 about to retire?
Yeah,
when do you retire?
In August.
Oh, this coming August?
Shit, it's a...
Oh, dang.
Oh, shit. You about to get them early, right?
You about to get months. I hope you waiting for them videos.
How you celebrating? How you celebrating 20 years? You got any plan to celebrate the 20 years?
We're doing a comedy show. We're doing a big comedy show. Big comedy show. We just my brother KG, he just did one in Norfolk at the Grammy Theater, sold out. So I'm gonna do mine in Jacksonville, Florida though. I might do two though, man, because like I said, I started comedy in Norfolk with my military fam, so I probably do Norfolk and do one in Jacksonville. Make a little retirement come get me tour. And then of course I probably do one in Cali.
Yeah, so, man, come on down here to Cali, man.
Gotta come to Cali.
You never thought about just getting out.
Cali, I was booming. I ain't gonna lie to you. I hate to say it, but I blew a lot of money in Cali, not realizing I was making so much money. Like I could have got out, for real, and then just took off, for real, because I met a lot of people. Because
before we started talking to you, I was watching the Gary Owen skit. I always watch this shit, like Gary Owen, because he was in the Navy, and he was doing Comic View at the same time as he was in the Navy. So he went and took leave to film Comic View. Then he go back to the Navy. He was like an MA or whatever. He worked at the gate. So, people driving in and they like, yo, ain't you the motherfucker from Comic View?
So what are you doing?
Yeah, so he wound up having to sit aboard because he wanted to get out 3 months early to go Comic View. And they let him out because he was like, hey, if y'all don't let me out, I'm going to do coke right in front of y'all. I'm going to do this right in front of y'all.
But see, he was still young in his career, though. But by that time in Cali, I also had been in, 15, 16 years.
Oh, it was too late to turn around.
Yeah, so like I said, it was all back in my mind. Then my daddy, man, you better motherfucking retire, man. That comedy going to be there. And I don't know what you're doing no comedy for anyway. You ain't never been funny. You know?
What do you think about your comedy now?
He still can't believe I'm doing comedy, for real. Matter of fact, I think he got the most views on TikTok because I pranked him. Or whatever.
Oh, for real? I had to check that one. I didn't see that one. Did he ever come to one of your shows?
No, man. My daddy, my daddy old as hell. I ain't gonna lie to you, for lack of a better word. My daddy old as shit. He don't like getting out, moving around and stuff like that. So, he going to my retirement show definitely. I'm gonna roll his ass out of there and get him ready. Yeah, he definitely gonna come to that one.
All right, so I got this assumption, right, that when you do comedy or you got a skill or you do something in the Navy, that people try to get. Matter of fact, I don't even got an assumption because I do videos and shit like that. So people ask me to do all types of shit. Like, hey, can you do this burial at sea for me? Can you do this, do that? And it's all free shit. Hey, it's for the command. It's on the strength. You know what I mean? So my question for you is, what's the craziest thing somebody ever tried to get you to do for free?
They wanted me to sing the national anthem at the Chiefs clinic.
Oh, I saw that.
Hey, I said, what?
You was like that.
And I was looking for y'all really just like to joke with me all. I told y'all I don't like joking with y'all at work, but they was serious.
Yeah.
They wanted me to sing.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you about that though, because then
I'm glad I'm not one of the people that's bitter about not, not making Chief. You got me singing for these motherfuckers, and I can't. Oh no, but no.
It's crazy because I was gonna ask you that. I was gonna ask you for your thoughts on making Chief.
Honestly, no shade to no one has made it. I think that's a big accomplishment or whatever. It man, like I said, it never was in my mind to, to make Chief or whatever. I don't know, it just never was. And like I said, I'm not good at taking tests. I can mentor you on how to make it. I can teach you how to break your bibs down. Stuff, you know what I'm saying? But for me, it just never been in the cards for me or whatever. And then shit, I got buzzed down 3-4 times too. So.
So this is, I was going to ask you if you ever went to NJP, but I was maybe I should not.
Can you share? Can you share why? Can you share why you got busted?
It was always for fighting. Yeah,
for real.
It was always for fighting. Yeah.
Wow.
But was this as a when the last fight? How long ago?
That you got in trouble for?
It's a little minute now. I'm too old to be out there just I want to say 20. It had to be 2015, the year I left Japan. Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
That's when your comedy was taking off.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was like right after.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. Well, that was right before. Yeah.
Right before.
Yeah.
So, but I'm assuming you a mentor. I'm assuming some young sellers come up to you for mentorship now. They asking you Navy related questions and shit. Like, so how is Charlie the seller that's in this position now to be a mentor?
Man, it's just I always say experience will be your best teacher. Anything you ask me is gonna come from, experience. If not, it's gonna come from me pointing you in the direction to get the right information. But if you ask me anything about life, coming up or whatever, I done been through so much in the military, and like I said, when I see somebody in me or I see them going the wrong way, I pull them to the side. I ain't that type to make no big spectacle of it, this, that, and the other, whatever, and I just say, hey, this what's gonna happen if you do this. You see them folks in there, they don't care nothing about you. You know what I'm saying? I hate to say it, but, once you get to certain, you know what I'm saying? Like how people, know what I'm saying? How they look at you or whatever. Me, I'm going to tell you how they feel about you or whatever. I'm going to tell you, hey, if you do this, this is what's going to happen straight up or whatever. I'm pushing in the right direction because I done went in the wrong direction so many times, and I ain't finna just sit there and watch you do it or whatever. So me, I'm just like I speak from experience. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you have people that come to you who are looking for sailors in particular, who come to you who are looking for guidance with like social media? Because, everybody wants to be on social media, want to be like popping or whatever. So do a lot of people come to you asking like, hey, how did you do it? And how do I get my followers up and all that stuff?
Yeah. I get that a lot. I just tell them consistency, pretty much consistency, the latest hashtags and, be yourself. Try to be different. Don't do what everybody else doing. Go with what's trending. And most of the thing with social media is just consistency. It's people that put out trash stuff. I don't put out trash stuff, but the fact that it's consistent and it's at least relatable, it still take off.
How do you stay consistent? Have you been underway while doing comedy?
No, okay. I've been lucky. Like I said, I've been lucky. Like literally, when I started doing comedy, the commands I went to, they weren't gone for a long time. They just get detached somewhere or whatever. And then,
so you always had that. All you need is Wi-Fi and your phone.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep,
okay.
That's
Hey, if you ever have a rough patch, man, or something that happened to you that you had to push through, that probably shaped you today.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I'm one. I just need a day to get over something. I needed to set in. I needed to happen. That's the first thing I needed to happen. Let it sit for a little bit, and now you got to fix it. And it's here now. You got to deal with it. I've always been one to push forward. I had a tough ass mama growing up, so you wasn't able just to sit there and cry about stuff. Hey, get up and fix it. Yeah. So I had a lot of rough patches. What I'm saying? If I gave up on the rough patches I had, I wouldn't be where I'm at now. I wouldn't be retired at all.
Yeah. What's the most what's the roughest time you had in the Navy?
Roughest time I had in the Navy. Sure, I had a lot of them.
That 45.
Roughest time. I don't know. I like down there every command. That's why these last few years I've been moving real easy. Down there every command I had a rough patch.
Yeah.
Yeah, down there every command. So some stuff I don't want to disclose, you know what I'm saying? But down there every command you had a rough patch, whether it be like deaths in the family, going through financial situations, whatever it may be, just like personal stuff. And, then at the end of the day, you got to get up and go to work.
Mm-hmm.
You ever felt like somebody like are just new because they said it, that they had something against you, like at work, but they had like something against you because of your notoriety outside of the Navy?
Mm-hmm. I deal with that now. Yeah, it's not died down a little bit, but I was dealing with that. Yeah. And it's to the point where like I don't care. Like, I don't wear this on my sleeve. There's no patch that I can wear that says, hey, I do social media stuff. Like I said, I rarely even talk, you know what I'm saying, if I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? I'm real quiet. I'm real to myself, but don't go out of your way to, man, I had this one dude, and this shit was wild. Like, it was on some, like, man, I should swing on you type shit or whatever. But I ain't gonna say the rank, but you know, see,
was it Chief? Was it Chief?
It was an EA. He was an EA. So I guess he caught wind of what I was doing, you know what I'm saying? So, of course, I always put on my best me, you know what I'm saying? I'm checking into a command, you know what I'm saying? Senior chief, sir, whatever. Good morning. I'm already respectable. I'm from the South, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Southern hospitality type shit. So this dude said, so you just gonna sit in here and be quiet? I said, yeah, senior, I'm just checking in, just down. Like, what about all that shit you do online? You ain't gonna do none of that for me? Mind you, I'm grown. I ain't no 20, 22 years. You talking to a grown ass man. Fuck this uniform right now. You talking to a grown ass man. So you ain't gonna do none of the jokes and stuff.
I can see that corny shit happening right there.
Like, cool. So then he ended up asking me what type of car I drive one day. He was like, boy, I bet that thing's sitting up on some big old rims. I said, man.
Yeah, you doing too much.
And it's like, don't, like, come on, man. Because now, like, you're not, this is not professional at all. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know you, so I address you as senior. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be in here playing or none of that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. None of that stuff, man. Don't talk to me like that, man.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me like that. So, yeah, that was one of them times where, like, it was just weird. Like, what you want me to get up and shuck and jive for you? What the fuck kind of question is that? You ain't going to do none of that stuff. And he was like, well, I'll have you working somewhere else. I say, that's fine. But no, I don't do that at work, man. At least not in front of y'all. Yeah, that shit was wild.
That's crazy.
Oh, damn.
And that's why I kind of stay low now too. Because I don't want people like I want to be differentiated from whatever you see anywhere outside of work. You know what I mean? Exactly. So I'm a work, you know, and like you was talking about with the comedy, like putting the Navy first. Like, yo, if the Navy needs something, because I don't never want nobody to weaponize something that we doing outside of the Navy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, he ain't got no time to do this because he too busy doing this.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And they weaponize it.
It was time when I was overcompensating for that, you know?
Yeah.
Just so yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's been times like I have a show or whatever, and then, you know, I probably get back or be heading back home probably like 2 or 3 just from traveling. You know what I'm saying? You don't fly everywhere sometime. I'll just go ahead and pull up in the parking lot. Because I know for a fact they're looking at my page, they've been seeing me promote this particular show. So, you know what? Let's go and pull up on base right now. I sleep in the car. Yeah, bitch, I'm here. Yeah, I know you.
Yeah. I can see you having to deal with that a lot. Like just those thoughts and going through that like, a whole lot. Man.
Because I know there was like leadership just waiting for you to fuck up.
Oh yeah, definitely. Just waiting. And like when I mess up, just like you say, oh well, if you wasn't doing such and such,
right? That was the first thing. They just waiting for the opportunity to stop the grind.
Yeah, I was thinking about sailors, man. Like young sailors trying to get over on you, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, he's cool, man. He's easy. You know, he's a comedian, man. Yeah, I can see
you the bad guy.
Yeah,
they make you the bad guy.
Hey, man, I had this one dude, cool young cat, man. Cool young cat. He had got into something to where his child was like an hour away. So he would always, you know what I'm saying, go out there, you know what I'm saying? And then like we'll have to muster in the morning. But at the end of the day, Chief said, if they don't call in by a certain time, they got a face muster with you. So me, I'm like, hey, y'all know I don't want to be here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know I don't want to be here. So muster. 3 times in a row, this dude ain't just pick up the phone and call. I said, bro, that's all you got to do. Man, he was an hour away one Saturday. He ain't called. I said, hey, bro, bring it on in. I said, I'm already here. I said, I'm already here because I told you had to be here. Sunday, same thing. 6 o'clock, I'm up on Sunday with my dog, sitting in the office waiting on him. Because like, man, once them folks say do something, it's already there. It's already on blueprint. For whatever reason, that's what they want. You know what I'm saying? I got to hold myself accountable and I got to hold you accountable. I don't care how cool you think I am. If it's already in that blueprint, it's already said we got to do this. Oh, it's going to get done. So yeah, that boy was mad at me. You were mad. I don't know, bro. All you gotta do is pick up the phone. You know what I'm saying? I can see if you like 5 minutes late from call. This fool ain't called. You know, I had to call. I gotta call you. All right, bro.
Yeah, that's wild.
So he came back. He came back.
I don't play now. Oh, cool. Hey, I don't care. Like, I'm all about leaving work early, but a bit work to be done. Are we getting the work done first? We getting the work done. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm all about that. Like, it ain't all jokes and games now. If it's something to do, we gonna do it. But if it ain't,
yes,
get out of here.
Yeah.
Was he mad when he got back? He was pissed.
Don't matter here. He still talk about that.
He cussed you out for that 4 hours.
I said, goddamn right. I remember.
He cussed you out all the way down the road.
What was your favorite command? Because you about to wrap it up. This your last one anyway, so.
I want to say these last two were my favorite command, to be honest with you. Even though I dealt with some bullshit though. Yeah, these last two, yeah. These last two. Yeah, Pentagon pretty decent, man.
Pentagon,
pretty
nice. I was just stationed at the Navy Yard like a year ago at this point. Had to go to the Pentagon a couple times. Pentagon, it's like a damn mall.
Yeah,
I had never been there before. That shit like a shopping mall, man.
Yeah. Chief was like, yeah, man, they got the cuisines right here. They come in, they cook fresh food right there. That's the Greek spot. I say, cuz, is that Popeyes over there? Popeye, cuz I don't care about none of that other stuff.
Hey, it's like a museum. That shit like a museum / mall / it's a gym in there. It's crazy. I didn't know that. I thought the Pentagon was a bunch of offices and I'm ignorant, to that type of shit. I thought the Pentagon was a bunch of offices where people just work and have like briefs. I walked in there, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they got some of everything in there. Yeah.
Hey, is it any thoughts of keeping you on when you retire at the Pentagon? Keep you at the Pentagon.
No, that's not my actual job, and and I wouldn't just be doing that anymore, because I wouldn't be like an influencer for them anymore. Yeah, so that's I work with MCs.
Okay.
Yeah, so I ain't good at writing up no newspaper and all that stuff like that.
Don't you write that shit?
I be telling them that now, like, look, man, y'all write up whatever y'all want me to do, whatever y'all want me to ask people in the interview. I bring a little humor to it, but don't ask me to set it up. Don't ask me to put together no well-written email or none of that. Y'all do that. I'm just the talent. That's what I be telling you.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried to make like an official phone call to someone and they realize who you are and then they just kind of want to talk about that and you like, look, I just called for what they?
I did that. Actually, that's how I got those orders to California or whatever. And it was fun. It's like the first time I knew, okay, they probably know you a little bit and you know what I'm saying, it can help. So I called because I was in the window for my order. I think I was on like I want to say this was my first look or whatever. But, it was that time to start looking. So I called like, hey, this is Peter Oscar Adams, this, that, and the other. They're like, AZ, I think I was AZ2 at the time. Yeah. They're like, AZ2? I was like, yeah. They're like, you be doing the videos? I'm like, yeah. It was some dude in the back. He was like, oh, that's Peter Oscar Adams. Give him whatever he wants. Give him whatever he wants.
That's great.
It was too funny. I was like, yeah.
Good shit, man.
Let's talk family a little bit, man. So I always saw you. I just had a daughter. 2 months ago, right?
Oh man, congratulations, man.
Yeah, first kid. I'm gonna be an old dad.
Oh man, you're gonna be like my mom and dad. That's crazy.
Yeah,
and me too.
I'm trying to get back in shape just so I could, be able to be out there with him, man. But I know you got a daughter. I've always seen your daughter. Now I heard you on a comedy show talk about your son, but I don't think I'm not sure that I've ever seen your son. And it's probably because I just been out of the loop. But
my daughter, she with me like full time or whatever. Like she literally just went back to her mom probably like three months ago or whatever. So my daughter was always with me more so than my sons or whatever. So like in the earlier years, my son was with me. I was at in Virginia. He was with me because his mom was always on deployment. So he was with me, my oldest, and then my youngest. I had him when I was in California.
Yeah. So the first,
you know what I'm saying? I'm there with their moms mostly, but my daughter, she was always with me.
How old are they?
Shit, don't ask me that on the point. 9, 5, and 4.
Okay.
He's like, carry the one.
So the thing I want to ask you first is for some advice, man. You got any advice for a new girl dad?
New girl dad? honestly, man, you're gonna learn as you go.
Yeah.
You're gonna learn as you go. But that just that time, man, that time is precious. You can't get it back. I would definitely say that. That's the only thing. Damn, the comedy I regret the time that the Navy took away from me being a full-time father.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the only time I regret any time that the Navy took. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, just that time, just cherish that time, man. Because like my daughter in the beginning, she was with her mom. So like, because I was literally just leaving and she didn't even want to tell me she was pregnant. So like by the time she told me I was gone, I was like, well, you sure that's mine then? You know what I'm saying? But it was to the point where like, that's down there a year and some change that I haven't been in this child's life. So she doesn't, all she knows is mom.
Mm-hmm.
But then, you know what I'm saying? She started living with me and she just took a liking to me and we clicked like that off rip. And like I said, at first I was like, damn, I got a little girl. This little girl don't know me. You know what I'm saying? So it's just the bond that we have now is unbreakable. So I would definitely say just the time, man. Just make sure you spend as much time with her as you can. And I know it's hard. Well, I don't know your situation, but
it's hard, man. I'm geo batch right now. So
you know what I'm saying? So like, man, that time is everything. Yeah, that would be the only thing I read. That's why I'm really looking forward to retiring, man. So I can put that time in with my boys and my daughter.
Yeah. How did that change you? How did having kids change your grind as far as the comedy and maybe even you had kids before comedy, but how did having kids just impact you? Period.
When I say I had that last fight, 2015, I can't get kicked out. You start thinking.
Twice.
You start thinking about everything. Yeah, you start thinking about everything. Then that's when I pretty much kind of chilled out. And you know, because like you just think, like, damn, man, I can't just be out here making reckless mistakes, reckless moves. So it changes your mentality, man. Yeah, it changes your mentality a lot. So even if you are a focused person, you're gonna get more focus, you know. But especially your first one, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I'm thinking about. Did you see like Jay-Z his speech at the Oscars? Did you see that? And I'm he had his daughter with him when he did that shit, man. Yeah. And I'm just, and that was the most Jay-Z moment that I've seen in a while anyway, right? And to have his, like, just to have his daughter with him, man, it just impacted me. Just watching it like that and just knowing, like, I got my daughter right here with me. I'm about to show her who I am and how I'm talking to these people at this moment in time. That was, for me, that was impactful. Like, lead a wife sitting down, let her enjoy herself. Let me go up here and be brave and put it on for a lot of people. Look at it like he was just talking about Beyonce. He was just talking about himself. He was really speaking for every creator, every creator of that music and whatever else it is. Like a lot of creators just really felt that. You know what I mean? Especially the part where he was like, just don't stop. I forgot how he worded it, but it's like, just don't stop, man. I mean, we had to tell ourselves that. Well, I don't know if Damon did, but in the beginning of this, I had to tell myself that like a million times, like, yo, just keep doing it. Like it's 3 viewers. Just keep going. Just stay consistent. Just stay consistent. Just stay consistent.
Stay consistent, man. It's going to pick up eventually. It's definitely going to pick up eventually. And that's with anything, man. Like I said, that time with your daughter, man, is going to make you always going to be learning as a dad, man, because kids don't stop growing. You know what I'm saying?
And what about the boys?
The boys, man, my son, my oldest, he loves me to death, of course. You know, he loves me to death, you know. But so he's like me, and he hasn't really came out of his shell yet. So it's like every time we spend time together, it's like me, I'm high strong, you know what I'm saying? This, that, and the other, but he more reserved, man. It's like he be the point like, Daddy, why you play so much? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I want to be more around me, because his mom is laid back like that too, or whatever. Like he like a little nerd or whatever. Like he like a little Pokemon or whatever. This, that, and the other. But my youngest, Cam, his name Cam, and his mama named Keisha, so you know he wild. But it was almost the same situation with my daughter, you know what I'm saying? I'm just getting used to him and just having them around or whatever. I was able to get them for spring break or whatever, so they were all around me all together. I'm gonna lost my damn mind. But,
do they recognize like who you are as Charlie Jr. the comedian? Like the volume, like do they just see you? Oh yeah, he just do comedy, whatever.
My son, my oldest, he tells people that his dad is a comedian, but he's never really seen me in action or whatever. He just knows from his mom and, you know, just from like small little clips or whatever. So it doesn't really resonate like that with him. But he does know, you know, I do comedy or whatever.
So when they ask him, he'll be like, yeah, my dad's a sailor. He'd be like, my dad's a comedian. Dang.
Yeah, it's crazy, yo. Don't nobody know. Like, my wife act like I'm not an electrician. You know what I mean? Like, shit be crazy. Yo, the craziest thing about that, right? I'm embarrassed about it, but I'll share the story. Our AC went down recently. Our heat went down. And I'm like, well, let me go check it out. So I check the heater. It's a fuse to check, right? So I go check the fuse. And I'm like, damn, it ain't the fuse. So I'm like, oh, go ahead and call Michael and Son, right? So she called Michael and Son, the dude from Michael and Son come. And he go leave. I'm like, where you going? He's like, I gotta go pick up some stuff. You know this motherfucker. He come back with a fuse. Same fuse I checked. I'm like, what you doing with that? He's like, I'm gonna put it in. I'm like, for what? I was like, I already looked at that. He's like, for real? He's like, yeah. He's like, this shit was blown. He's like, yeah, the fuse was blown, right? So I'm like, now I'm fucked up. I'm like, yo, like, I was like, damn, that's crazy. I'm an electrician at work. Like,
that's crazy.
So I'm like, maybe, now I'm like, yo, maybe I just read the meter wrong. Maybe so I wound up leaving him, I wound up leaving him alone. Like,
you don't know about why he's got little crimples and all types of stuff.
Like, I damn it wanted to show up a tech value. Like, hey, for real, man, I'm an electrician, man. I promise you, man. I felt like shit. I'm like, yo, what you put the meter on, dog? But I want to talk to you about singing, man. Are you you sing for real, right? Like, is that a real thing, or you just be playing around?
I can hold a note. I ain't know I ain't even do no ensemble or nothing like that.
I heard you singing. I'm like, hey, like that, some Childish Gambino type of talent.
I was A-Rock in boot camp.
Yeah,
that's about it.
Oh, so you just be playing around then?
Yeah. I can hold a note. Yeah, I played a few instruments growing up. So yeah. I'm pretty decent with music though. Yeah.
How much do you add the Navy into your routine?
Let me see. How many Navy jokes do I have? I have about I had one 45-minute set. Within that set, if I'm doing like a full-time headliner time, probably got about 3 Navy jokes mixed in with other material.
I saw one that was about the VA. Like you was talking about how we try to get our VA, we acting all broke. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Your day is coming. He was like, I'm about to fall off this stage now.
I'm in there right now. I'm in there every week getting a refill on some pills. And I'm taking them. I know I'm taking them.
You a fan of comedy?
Yes, I am. I'm a connoisseur. Yeah.
So can you name a top 3? Or do we need to categorize?
I don't want to sing like no Wave Rider or nothing like that, but these been my top 3 for the longest. Cat, Dave Chappelle. Well, actually, Dave, when he came back, the new Dave Chappelle, the one that they cloned, when he came back,
Dave with the muscles.
He was my favorite. Cat Williams and Eddie Griffin.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see
that. JJ Williamson, JJ from the SIP, funny dude, Ricky Smiley, Gary Owen because of his freestyle ability. And that's what I can think of right now off top.
Yeah. Dave is,
and I'm not one to be like Red Fox and Eddie Murphy because I really didn't grow up watching them. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the ones that, you know what I'm saying, I watched was more a little bit later, like on Comic View. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
Comedy videos.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, Cat, I've laughed at Cat more than I've laughed at Dave, right? Just by jokes like laughs. But Dave is just incredible. Like his writing and all of that shit.
That's what I'm saying. And it's not the fact that I'm gonna fall out laughing at Dave all the time, but being a student of the game, the structure of a joke, the way he can break a joke down, you know what I'm saying, take you so far left and then bring you right back, do a call back, and then throw it in again. Like that is just, that's like, how do you even think like that or whatever? Like he can really humble your pen game.
Yeah, he like a wizard when it comes. And I was wondering about like a comedian listening to Dave. It's like, is it motherfucker? Like I like Bill Burr. Like I'm a big Bill Burr. Bill Burr.
I like Bill Burr.
Yeah, I think Bill Burr writes really good jokes too. But even Bill Burr know like, I'm not fucking with Dave yet. You know what I mean? Like, because some people like punch. Like some people like,
and he's not gonna do that. Yeah. But it's like worth it at the end. You know what I'm saying? It's worth it at the end. You know what I'm saying? Once he's building up the story. Yeah.
What about Richard? Was you ever into Richard Pryor? Or he
like I say, that's so far. That's kind of like before my time, and I'd be a liar if I told you, you know what I'm saying, he was one of my favorites or whatever. You know, just like I'm not a fan. I'm not saying he's not funny. I'm not saying he's a good comic, but I'm not a fan of Chris Rock. You know what I'm saying? So
his last special wasn't funny at all. His last special,
I barely watched it, but did I watch it? I think I watched a little bit of it.
We all wanted to see what he was going to say about Will Smith. He waited till the very end. I think he did it in
it's
DC.
Subjective at the end of the day. Comedy is subjective. So
yeah. And he's a legend. He's a legend. Honestly,
he is. Yeah.
I highly recommend Richard, man. I think you would like Rich. And I think, I think you would also pinpoint where Dave gets some of his style from and a couple jokes. Dave remixed a couple of Richard Pryor jokes.
I mean, everybody's stealing jokes now. So
yeah, man.
That's what they said.
Now, as a comedian, right? As a comedian, what's your thoughts on that? Do you ever you work on jokes with other comedians and stuff like that?
Never. Well, all my material is from me.
Yeah.
But it's been times that I've heard almost the same exact joke. Like, damn. And I've never seen this comedian a day in my life. Not a day in my life, never heard him before. And just because of the fact we all come from a certain demographic, we all have some of the same backgrounds. And then our minds sometimes can think the same way. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many people don't have a joke about a homeless person having a damn, he asking for change, like I ain't no change. Then it'd be like, oh, he pulled out a damn card reader or something like that. Or, oh, here's my cash app. I just knew I had the freshest joke ever. The same night I was about to do that joke, a dude got on stage and did the same exact thing. Same exact thing. Yeah. I mean, because there's different variations of a joke. So sometimes people do be stealing, don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. Like I have people locally steal some of my jokes or whatever. Because we go to open mics to work on new material or whatever. No lie, I was working on this new joke or whatever at the open mic, fresh out the pack. You know what I'm saying? Just getting it off and to let this joke start growing. The next week, I was just going to support. The same person that was at that open mic was using that same joke on stage. Just changed it from a Navy veteran to her auntie. I say, look at this shit right in my face. Right in my face. So it's real. And I don't really respect it at all. You know what I'm saying? Come up with your stuff, man, especially when you're great. But I can see some jokes kind of being the same, though. Like, I don't think everybody's stealing. Just, you know, it's just like that sometimes.
Yeah, they say. So I got two questions. My first question, I'm going to hold it for a second, is did you say something to the comedian? But my thought is like, you know, they say ideas float in the air. Like after they go in your brain, they exist. I make music. I made music like up until I made Chief. I made Chief and I was playing that shit one day. It was rap music, right? I was playing that shit as a chief. One of the senior chiefs hit me up. He was like, hey, bro, like I wouldn't. I was at the command with you, David, and I was playing some rap shit. And the senior chief, Angelo, he hit me up. He was like, hey, bro, I wouldn't like just be playing that shit, man. You know? So from then on, I'm like, I chilled out with making music. But like when you write and then you putting together shit, you hear somebody do it like somebody that's out, like somebody that's famous. You're like, man, that was my line. You know, like Pat Poose had a line about like before the clubhouse, I was in the dugout or something. And I'm like, man, I wrote that like 20 years ago. You know what I mean? It got the baseball reference and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the question I got for you is, did you say something to her when she took the joke, or you just kind of was like, all right?
I ain't do it. So like I said, the open mic that we were going to, it's like it's a constant going thing. Like every Monday, you know what I'm saying? The open mic, you know, nobody's getting paid. People are just working on new material. Sometimes you have a walk up crowd. Sometimes it's just us in there.
Yeah.
So I had like a heartfelt speech at like the end of my little set. It was like, I think I did like 4 minutes or whatever. I was like, hey man, real quick, we all come in here to work on new stuff, man. This, that, and the other. I say, man, we all working on material, man. We all trying to put asses in seats. We all want to be the perfect person when we get on that stage for our book shows. I say, man, stop stealing, man. I said, stop. And she was in there too. I was like, stop stealing, man. We all work too hard, man. We all work too hard to come up with material. It's that and the other. I think I was a little tipsy too.
You have a bomb? You have a bomb on stage?
Hell yeah. I used to bomb all the time.
Yeah.
But I've never bombed out a paid show though.
I'm gonna pull the jokes out of it for this.
Yeah. Preparation right there, man.
Yeah. I say my worst 2 bombs was, I bombed like 3 times. Like I can't even count how many shows I did, but I say I bombed like 3 times. My first time in Atlanta, was terrible. I don't know what I had. Just too much going on in my head. Just overthinking. Wasn't myself. The fear of Atlanta, hard place to do comedy, hard place. That's all I was thinking. And then I was in Calabasas, California. I had a show out there, and it was just nothing but older Caucasian people. And they ain't know what my country ass was talking about or what I was. Ain't know what I was talking about. Yeah.
DD Tour 14, right? What, like, I kind of know what it is, but this a question for the listeners too. Like, what is it? Is it a group? Is it like an initiative? What's DD Tour 14?
Okay, DD Tour 14 is just, like I say, I'm the only active duty one, and I love giving back to old disabled veterans. So, Shay Clemens, Q Nix.
I thought this was about to be some real. I thought you was about to really say, "Yo, we be giving."
Right, I was thinking like, okay, all right.
Too. So it's Charlie Jr. and them. That's what it's supposed to be. But they ain't let that be the name. Nah, but for real, man. So you got Shay Clemens, who's Air Force. He retired like 2 years ago. You got Quentin Duncan, who's Army. He retired a few months ago. And you got my boy Nathan Pierce. That's that's my brother in the game. That's who I kind of started doing stand up with or whatever. We pretty much the two who started. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say he started social media, but he's the one who kind of like I'm my running partner in the stand up comedy game or whatever. So then we ran into Shay Clemens. He's from Jacksonville, Florida, and Shay actually came up with the name DD Tour 14 because we were all going toward retirement, and it was just like a catchy little name, but. I've always, when I first started, it was hashtag I'm running for whatever reason. And my thing was just showing that, you know, you can do both. You know what I'm saying? Just because you're in a uniform doesn't mean that's all you do. You know, this is what I'm doing. I'm on stage. I'm doing this. I'm acting. I'm doing all different type of stuff. So the core of it was to show service members that, hey, you don't just got to stick. You're not a robot. If you got a gift, got a talent, work on that. You know what I'm saying? You got another passion, work on it. You know what I'm saying? You can do both. So that's what DD Tour 14 pretty much is or whatever. But it is a group of us on tour doing comedy.
Yeah. You get hit up for, it's funny you answered one of my questions. Fucked me up a little bit. I was going to ask you that, like, what would you say to a seller that was, you know, wondering if they could do both, but you answered that one for me. Have you done any acting roles yet?
Yeah, I was actually, let me see. It was a casting call in California. Man, like I say, so much stuff opened up. It was like an action movie. I was playing a soldier or whatever. And to this day, I don't even know what movie it is.
Oh, did I see that? Did you share that on social media?
Yeah. I was going in the Warner Brothers studio, all that stuff, man. And what's the dude's name? Reynolds?
Ryan Reynolds?
On Deadpool?
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, so, but I was like a stand-in. I ain't had like no speaking role or nothing like that or whatever. But to this day, I'm still looking for me because they don't tell you what movie it is. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't want to leak it or whatever. Yeah. So you just acting your little heart out. You don't even know what you're going to be in.
So you watch every Ryan Reynolds movie trying to find
I don't even know what the movie came out yet. I've been looking. Well, I can't wait to say that's my shoulder, right? I can't wait. But yeah.
Oh, man.
And then I tried out for a few other parts, but Hollywood is kind of weird. So yeah, I was like, nah, I got Mustard in the morning.
Yeah, especially
Yeah, man. Speaking of Hollywood, man, like you said before, man, Eddie Griffith's a legend, man. Like I ain't gonna lie, man. He a sleeper, man. Like I don't know why we don't talk about him a little bit more. But that leads me to Hollywood and also lead me back to Cat Williams. What's your thoughts on that whole thing? How he was, putting everybody out. Do you ever thought about that?
The stuff he's saying, like you kind of see it. I'll just say that.
Oh, you see it already?
Out there. Yeah, like I said, like some of the stuff you can do this right here, but this is what we want you to do. Nah, man, I got Mustard in the morning. Y'all got it.
Yeah.
Like literally, I'm straight. Like.
Yeah, most definitely.
But yeah, he's right. You know what I'm saying? He may have embellished a little bit, but I would say a lot of that stuff was true. Definitely.
Like 3,000 books. I think the 3,000 books was.
I don't know about them 3,000 book cat. It might have been Cat in the Hat books, but I don't know.
That was crazy.
I don't know. He was hitting it on that 4-3 though. That 40 yard.
He was moving, bro.
Let's go. Man. Hey, so on this show, we do a segment. It's called Do Better, right? And every episode, we come up with something that either we could do better ourselves, somebody else could do better, or the Navy, something we think the Navy could do better, right? A lot of times it's based on the Navy, right? So I'm going to ask you for a do better from you. What do you think the Navy could be doing better right now? You don't got to do Navy either. You can switch it up if you want, but.
I don't care. What I think the Navy can do better. Times are changing. Listen to your junior people because they're the future. I would definitely say that.
Yeah.
Take into consideration what they're saying because right now retention is low. And I think retention is low because people are seeing better opportunities and they're feeling more respected in other places. Mm-hmm. That's because you probably don't really listen to what the future is saying, who's supposed to take over. Mm. And like I said, take into consideration, so I'm not saying take away the structure, but I just think some things can change. So I would say start listening a bit more to your junior people.
Mm. Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah. Only got 2 more questions and they kind of the last questions. So whatever, y'all got any questions?
I'm just going to say that I appreciate your love for Beyonce. I saw the one segment with the Cuff It remix. I'm a beehive. I'm a beehive. So I just was like, I appreciate that. You came on here with the hand.
That always get them. I like that intro.
Like my only other one is it's 2 of them, but the first one is where can people find you?
Oh man, you can find me on TikTok. It's Charlie Jr. That's CHALEEJR, Charlie Jr. On Facebook, Charlie Jr. spelled the same way. Instagram, comedian_Charlie Jr. spelled the same way, CHALEEJR. I'm even on YouTube, but I be forgetting about YouTube sometimes, but I'm on that as well.
Yeah, you don't post as much on YouTube.
Yeah. I don't know why I was forgetting about YouTube. I don't know, because YouTube has started cutting that check for a minute, so I
was just talking to Dan. I was just talking to Damon about that. YouTube, since they paying people, creators, they make it hard. Like they
minimize your exposure.
Yeah.
And then they got the nerve to ask you know, you can boost this post for a few dollars. Man, let my people pay for that, man. Let my people see this stuff, man.
Yeah, come on, man. And don't take a break, because when you take a break, the algorithm just drop you. You got beg the algorithm. You got to post every day, 3 times a day to get back.
That's what I'm saying. If anything I can change about myself, it would be consistency. Because I drop one, I was like, what, 20K? All right, I'm good for about 2-3 weeks. You gotta
feed the beast, man. With those platforms, every one of them, you gotta feed the TikTok is TikTok to me right now is the freest one where you could post something. TikTok might just throw it out there, but Facebook and YouTube and it's super restrictive, man. Don't play with them.
You got to bust through the door with them. You really got to be hitting.
Don't play. And a lot of people don't a lot of people that follow you or listen. They don't know that aspect of dealing with these social media platforms. The social media platforms control where your content goes, how far that shit goes.
It does, what I mean? And it can be a little discouraging sometimes. You put that energy into me, so I ain't gonna lie. I get in those fonts to where I just don't feel like recording, I get lazy, but when I do get up the energy to do it, I put all this, into the video, jump into another character, or whatever video I'm doing. You get on there, you got 500 views. Come on, bro.
Yeah,
I got 87 something thousand followers, and you mean to tell me I got 5? Come on, Facebook, don't do me like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
what's your favorite character? I just thought about what's your favorite character that you ever did?
Probably Chief Cutthroat, because he's an asshole. Yeah. Chief Cutthroat and Jody. People want to fight me over Jody, man.
That shit be funny as shit.
They want to fight, man. I'm like, is this a character, bro? I don't know your lady for real.
Good. Hey, man, what's next? What's next for you, man?
Other than right now, first on my plate is like I said, just retiring, and then what you mean, far as shows or later on down the road, or
So both. So what's next for you with the shows? Because I actually want to go to this Norfolk joint, right? So I know you got something in Norfolk, the Netflix taping. Mm-hmm. So that part, and then just like plans that you feel like sharing for after retirement.
Yeah. So right now, we have DD 214. We are scheduled for the 18th in Norfolk. Jacksonville, Florida is coming up. We don't have a set date for that one just yet. And then in March, I think March 10th through the 11th or 12th, I'm in Dallas with Team BDE. That's Bubba Dub. We got 3 shows at the Improv there. And then once I retire, I'm full time on tour, recording movies and stuff like that with the BDE team or whatever. So I'll be full time on the road, and that's what I got for right now. Yeah,
good shit.
And man, I can talk about yeah, that's what I got.
Oh, I do have another question.
Yes, ma'am.
So when you have to go on the road out of the area, do they put you TAD or do you have to take leave, or how does that work?
You want me to get in trouble, man? You know. I made it back Monday morning. No, honestly though, I probably gonna have no terminal leave. I ain't gonna have no terminal leave. But like I said, it's good money on the road. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. Shit, I got 3 miles to feed, so I stay on the road. So like for the shows that I know I can make it back, I do what it do. And if I feel like I gotta catch a plane, I just go ahead and drop that leave.
They can't like loop that into Navy recruitment? Like, isn't it part of recruiting?
I don't like asking for favors.
Okay.
I don't want them to think I'm trying to use that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm Charlie. No. Let me go ahead and take leave like the next person would. And if I get caught not taking leave, punish me like the next person would get punished. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you this, man, before we get you out of here, man. I've binged your shit with my wife. My wife is civilian. I pulled her to the phone on the floor, laying on the floor when we moved in and we ain't had nothing else. We moved in, we ain't had nothing else. We ain't had no couches, nothing, man. Laid on the floor, man, and show her. We binge watch your shit, man. You're an inspiration to a lot of sellers, man. Young, old, young and old, man. Rank never mattered. I never even knew. I remember one time I was like, damn, he a second? I never even knew, at the time when you was a second. Then you made first. I was, oh shit. It was like, but rank never mattered, man. But just the mere fact that like somebody watching that might want to do something. It's somebody that got like a sketchbook, but a lot of sellers feel like they got to suppress who they are to fit this description of, the Navy and who the Navy want them to be. And a lot of sellers like that I know, that I came across, I only speak for myself, be depressed because they only existence be like this command that they really don't be that happy at, right? So they identity be kind of, off, right? So for people that's trying to do comedy, trying to start podcasts, trying to sing, trying to do whatever they doing, there's food critics out there. You was one of the first ones, man. You know what I mean? You was one of the first ones, and I gotta give you, all the flowers for that shit. That shit served as an inspiration for a whole lot of people. And I tell people this all the time. I talk about the mushrooms and the seeds and the sprout and all that shit. You really don't know who you've impacted all the way down the line. That shit, that impact lasts 70 years. You know what I mean? Hundreds of years. You really don't know that. So I appreciate you coming to sit with us. It was for me, it was a long time coming. You might not even know, you know what I mean? But for me, it was a long time. I
appreciate you reaching out. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it was a long time coming. So I thank you for taking out your time. We ain't really tell you how long this was going to be.
It's all good.
But yeah, man, you've inspired me as well. So thank you for that shit, man. And good luck on the other side of this. If you need anything, man, I'm around. I'm sure you got it. But if you need anything, I'm around. And that's me to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Hey, same here too, man. Congrats on your success, man. And also just to add to that, man, I'm looking forward to see what you do, man, in the future. Most definitely you in Cali, I'm going to see you. You know what I mean? So, hey, looking forward to it, man. Congrats. Like I said before, man, you're a trailblazer, man.
Absolutely.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, man. I like what y'all doing too. I like seeing our people do good stuff. For real.
Thanks, man.
I mean,
Thanks, man.
You talk about Navy people?
You know what I mean. Not retired, man. I'm telling you, when I retire,
come on over. It's real good over here. It's real good over here. I'm telling you, it is the life over here.
I need to buy them tickets, man, too, man. Like, I
got you.
Yeah, thank you, man.
I send you the link, man.
Okay,
I send you the link.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I got you.
All right, man. Appreciate you, man. Teach always quiet at the end. Teach don't be
I'm
giving
always
nobody
quiet.
no
I'll be like,
flowers.
because I'm doing it at the end. I'll be like, oh, I have no question. No, like my closing remarks, that's kind of what I was going to talk about, Dumbo, as far as like people thinking that they have to only do the Navy and they're kind of stuck in between because they don't know what it looks like trying to do both. And I know I've been there before personally. I had started my entrepreneur route not until my second to last command. And it was kind of on a whim. Actually, no, I was at my last command. It was during COVID. And I didn't even like know what that felt like what, doing something other than the Navy. Like I never even had like a job outside of the Navy, you know? So it was very refreshing to have something else going on. And a lot of sailors don't have that. And I think that's what a lot of sailors are missing. And so you being the front face of really having a double life. And I like the fact that you're quiet because it's the total opposite of what everybody's expecting. And so it's like you really have like a true, like, this is my stage presence. And then this is me as the sailor, which are completely two different people. So gauge your expectations because you ain't gonna get no fucking laughs out of here. Okay. Yeah, exactly. So you are really an inspiration to even me. And I'm on the other side and I'm trying to like, you know, trying to like transition over, but it was a tough transition trying to figure out who I am on the other side because I just started to get like another identity just a few years ago. You've been in this whole separate identity. So it'll be interesting to see what your transition looks like. Are you just going to like drop the day and be like, all right, I'm out. Like, you know,
I mean, I can attribute that to just being stationed right back home, like almost fresh out of boot camp. You know what I'm saying? Like some of the same mentality I had, which is a good thing and a bad thing at the same time, or whatever. So, you know, boot camp is there to pretty much strip you of everything, you know what I'm saying, and build back up, you know, and be strictly for the military. And a lot of people stay stuck like that.
Right.
And they forget, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Passions and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for being that inspiration to everybody. And we look forward to seeing you in the movies, and we'll be like, oh, I know him. We'll be acting like, oh yeah, that's my cousin.
I gave the nigga the best years of my hairline, so hopefully. You know.